London Reels. Way better idea. Sponsored by Xbrain. Every day I come into the studio, there's literally a million things to do. Whether it's booking a guest, taping a show, editing an episode, or trying to pitch that future sponsor. It's hard to know where to begin. So I took a tip from Martin Bjerregaard, our former guest, and I create a today list. It's not a to-do list, but it's those 3 things that you want to get done today. The ones you've been putting off, the phone calls you know you have to make. I focus on those, and I usually find I have a productive one. I hope that works for you. Today's Way Better Idea is brought to you by the guys at Xbrain. If you want to check out their grass-fed, free-range protein powder, you can go to xbrain.co.uk or click on the link below and get 15% off. Use the code LondonReal. Peace!
You have a great animated video online, which is amazing that you produced it anyways, because I think you had 20 or 30 people around the world involved in this great animation. But I mean, some of these fish nets are hard to fathom this scale, right? I mean, they're dragging these nets that are, I mean, I know they're not all 50 miles long, but some of these are just, the scope is hard to fathom as a human. I mean, what are they doing? And then get into this discard issue. But like, what does one of these operations look like when it's on a large scale?
Let me give one example. A fish technique fairly commonly used is known as bottom trawling.
Okay.
And a trawl is really a net that you pull the back of the ship and you catch fish. And a bottom trawl is a net that is lowered to the seabed. And essentially the idea is that the bottom-dwelling fish that live on the bottom of the sea, that they get sort of scared off by the vibration that the net creates and that they get caught in it. Now, such a net could be 100, 120 meters in width. It could be up to 600 meters long. And essentially what it does is it clear fells the seabed. So essentially cutting everything just to get to those few species. It is a bit like you were to go into a woodland to catch 2 or 3 wild boar, and you were to surround the entire woodland with bulldozers, cutting everything just to get to those few animals you want.
All right. And it drags along the ocean bottom. So
NASA has been able to make photographs from space, in the North Sea especially, that they can see the tracks that these bottom trawlers leave behind from space.
From space.
They can literally see it. And then there's some areas in the North Sea, again, where the same area has been bottom trawled in a time span of sort of 10 years, like 5 to 7 times the same area. So nothing can regenerate.
It just ruins the whole ecosystem.
It's just plowing through the seabed. And of course, it's a very, the seabed is crucial. That habitat, that is very much where life forms. And we've only really explored 6% of the ocean floor. As humans, we've been there. And we're finding out about species now, sometimes because they simply come on board of trawlers, dead, and we never see them again in the wild. Essentially, we are destroying that world more rapidly than we really have a chance to discover it. And I think that is the real tragedy.
Okay, so that's one of the things that you're talking about.
This week on London Reel, I have a one-to-one chat with extreme entrepreneur Peter Sage.
Because most people have a death grip on how they think reality should look like, and all stress comes from life not fitting your pictures.
When you're not forcing something and you're actually enjoying everything that you do, you attract all of these people and all these energy and all these opportunities.
100%. I'm no longer sitting on the shore waiting for my ship to come in. That's Disneyland thinking. That's never going to happen.
People love to hear the victim story. That's all the news is.
If I understand other people rather than project my own model of the world onto them, then I'll have a little more tolerance in my life.
I'm curious what you think of psychedelics.
A ship in a harbor is a safe ship, but that's not what ships are built for.
That's one of the coolest things I've ever heard.
Yeah, it makes it real.
And I do this every week.
On Sunday, London Reel presents Peter Sage, extreme entrepreneur.
That's it. Stress is a byproduct of you thinking that life should look a different way to where it is right now.